Today is the day. We're going to present our case for rezoning. We don't know who all's going to be there. We know there's a few rezones sort of on the schedule, so it's going to be probably an hour or so. I'm super nervous. Ashley's like, it's going to be fine. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we got to drive down there and do this, and then we'll let you know.
What do you guys think?
I think we're gonna get it.
I need to read this book.
What do you think?
I think we're gonna get it.
The sun is shining on the Dragon Mountains, so we're going to take that as a sign of good luck. So part of the reason I'm a little worried is the last time we talked to our contact at Planning and Zoning, he said that apparently there's a realtor in that area who is kind of like stirring up people and getting them to voice their opinion against our rezoning, and there's a couple of others. One in particular is really getting a lot of complaints against it. So we think that there's going to be some time for the public to speak up at the beginning of this meeting. So we really have no idea what's going to happen, and if there's enough people that are sort of speaking out against this stuff, if we're going to get lumped into these other rezonings and they're just going to say, look, there's too much opposition against these, we're just not going to do them, or if they're just going to take it on a case-by-case basis by the specific merits of the rezoning, we have no idea what's going to happen. So that's why I'm a little concerned, because all the other times we had talked to the guy Planning and Zoning, he's like, oh, this shouldn't be a problem. But the last time I talked to him, he was like, I don't know. He said it could go either way at this point. So, the drama. Here we go.
Our meeting was last night. We think it went well, but that's another story. Right now, we are hooking up and we have to get out of Arizona. We are headed to Alabama for the RVE Summit. So here we go.
So a lot has happened since that last video. So we were going to our meeting, right?
Went to our meeting.
Yeah.
We think it went well.
Sort of. So there were 5 or 6 rezonings that day. The first 3 were super easy, and then it got to ours, and I think because ours was residential and these others were like commercial, things got real interesting. So there was somebody that was there to oppose it, and one person, well, 2 people on the board in particular, were not fans of what we wanted to do. Not necessarily what we wanted to do. A lot of people kind of confuse the zoning with the opt-out. And the opt-out is just something you can do once you have this particular zoning. And in our case, we were trying to zone some residential property down to the RU4, which is a rural property. And so that was sort of the biggest argument from the lady that came to oppose, is she said it's been residential for years and I don't want it to become rural. Even though it's residential right now, it was chopped up into these little 1-acre subdivision lots back in the 70s, and it never really happened. There was a whole water thing that fell through, and whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right. So the trend seems to be that people are buying up these 1-acre lots and kind of combining them into a bigger lot so that they have more room.
The sort of argument was all the people that live here already, they had to hire a contractor, they had to, build their house in a traditional way, so it doesn't necessarily seem fair for you to be able to rezone this and then build it yourself.
Well, a lot of people don't want to build their house.
That's true, yeah. And a lot of contractors don't want to come out and build a 300 square foot house.
Right.
Which was another good point that the other people made that were trying to downzone. So anyway, all that to say, there was a lot of back and forth. We were sweating bullets. We were getting real stressed out. But they did approve it 4-2. But we're not celebrating yet because
It goes back to the board on April 7th.
right. And the person that came to oppose us has already said she will be there to appeal and to make her case again. Now that this other person's going to be there opposing it, and now that there's sort of all this, there seems like there's a lot of drama. We don't know what's going on, and we're kind of stressed out about it.
You're stressed out. I'm not stressed out. I think it's all going to work
I just
out.
don't know what's going on, and it's just
It's
annoying.
the uncertainty is definitely annoying.
Yeah. So we're not there yet. April 7th is when we will find out 100% for sure whether our rezoning has actually been approved.
Yep.
Yeah. So in the middle of all that,
We were on our way to RVE Summit in Alabama.
right, the day after our meeting, we had to drive to Alabama in like 5 days from Arizona, which is a lot.
So we just drove 4 hours. We already planned our stops. We're going to go to Las Cruces, spend the night, and go to the next place.
Yep.
We get to Las Cruces, we set up, and then Jonathan got the email.
Yeah. They canceled the whole thing. The in-person part of it. It's still going to happen. It's just all going to be virtual online. So I'll still be doing my talk for the RV Entrepreneur Summit. My talk is about passion projects and all the crazy passion projects my web design business and we as a family have sort of tackled over the years, and then like sort of looking back and seeing how those sort of shaped our path and all the unexpected things that happened from them and why we think passion projects are like super important. Still working on that. Excited to share it with you, but just know it's going to be through video and not in person. So it's been a crazy week.
It's been wild. With all this virus stuff, we're in New Mexico and the state parks are closed.
Well, camping is closed.
Camping, you can't camp in them.
Yeah.
So that's been wild.
All the toilet paper's gone, apparently.
Hopefully, we will be on the property within a month.
Yeah, we won't have to worry about all
Yeah.
that because we'll just be there and it'll be easy.
Well, easy.
Well,
We won't have water
yeah,
or sewer
yeah.
or electricity. Well, we'll have solar.
True. We won't have solar.
It'll be a little bit easier.